Aloha. Good morning. Ah, oh my God. I have a stain on my shirt. Don't look at that part of my shirt. Hello. Hi, Amanda. Yes, it is. It's Cinco de Mayo. It's a 555 portal day, also. Um, it's the lunar eclipse. Like, we have a lot going on today. We'll talk about it. I'll let y'all get in here first, though. And I'll drink some of my tea. Good morning. Hi, Nicole. Good morning, Lori. Hi, Cassie. Good morning, Sarah. Hi, Becky. Hi, Valerie. Hello. Hello, Alex. Good morning, Luna Lady. Hi, Nancy. Good morning, Melissa. You're not getting live feed. What does that mean? What does it mean? Hi, Janelle. Good morning, Kristen. Hello, Anna. What does it mean that you're not getting a live feed? Is everyone else getting stuff? Hi, Marion. Good morning, Nara. Hi, Lisa. Good morning, Jenny. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to here. Let's see. Says, I saw your post about dreams and water and had an interesting one where I had to go into this water world. It's like a video game, and if I won, I got to live. Oh, all right. I think somebody else commented on my post this morning on Facebook, which admittedly I don't check much. So if you're gonna post a comment, like Instagram is better, but I did check this morning for some reason. Um, but somebody posted about a tsunami dream, which that happens a lot. Like we have collective tsunami dreams. That's been something that's been happening for the past few years. You guys remember that? Um, so very interesting. I'm going to the crystal store to spend all my money for a full moon. Okay. Hi Reagan. Happy Friday. Hey Kit. Hey French fry taco. Whoops. Let me just say hello to everybody. Not block you, just saying hello. Okay. Good morning, Christine. Good morning. Hi, Rosa. All right. I'm shuffling, but we're not going to do this yet. All right. Somebody else is saying flood. Hey, first of all, good morning. We have a lot to talk about this morning, and we're going to get to it right into it because, wow, it is a wild energy right now. Scorpio is interesting. I'm going to tell you a story that just happened this morning. Okay. So I have a lot going on between today and tomorrow because I'm doing that bachelorette party tonight, and I'm also having some people over tomorrow, and I've also got like soccer games and kid things to organize. So I've got a lot like bustling in my brain. So I'm like, well, I don't make lists all the time. I need a list. So I'm going to sit down and just write a few things down so I feel a little more organized and I can feel like I'm not forgetting something. So I've had this notebook sitting in my living room for a minute. Okay. Mind you, I just moved. So random things appearing is very weird. But I've had it sitting on my couchy thing in the living room. And I was like, I'll just use this notebook because it's small. And at the top, I looked at the front of it and it says Sarah Desai. And I'm like, I haven't been Sarah Desai since 2010, you know? And I just looked at it for a minute and I'm like, why would I have written that there? And then I opened this thing. I'm not going to show it to you, but I opened it and it is indeed from times before, like 2008, 2007, 2010, like a hodgepodge of like notes from college classes, packing lists, and then the most interesting little self reflections from Sarah from Days Gone By that when I read really made me feel some things, and I'm going to share them with you because you're my captive audience. But here's what I found out about myself. There is a certain tenacity that came through in these journal entries that borderline was like crazy, like not fun crazy, like just like very intense, like here's what's going to happen, I'm going to make it happen kind of energy. And it I wrote this whole saga about how I had been conditioned and trained my whole life to look forward to the perfect proposal, marriage proposal, and then how I systematically made sure I didn't get it. And I wrote all of it down and like step by step detailed how I messed up my own proposal so that I wouldn't be surprised and it wouldn't be romantic and all of these things. And I'm reading all of this and just kind of getting the vibes. And I was like, you know what? I see what this message is this morning. My tenacity has always been very strong and it has at times been a detriment to me, like blocking me from things I actually want, right? But with a little bit of time, I have learned a little bit, not fully, to hone in on that tenacity and unleash it once I've actually used a little bit of discernment to see if I actually want what it is I'm about to go after, like a freaking crazy person. You know what I mean? So I did see that. So that was really interesting. There are a few other things too, but it's like, I just want to write a list, just want to write a to do list. But this Scorpio moon is whew, it is doing the things. So yeah. And I saw from my post this morning that you are also feeling some interesting Scorpio vibes right now. And one of the trending themes is uncovering a fear that you may not have had your eye on, but that is kind of a fear underneath the surface, you know? Um, what do you think? How are you feeling? Let's check in. 1 through 10, with 1 being least in your body, least feeling like your own energy, and 10 being most. How are you feeling? And if you don't want to play with numbers this morning, just tell me how you're feeling. Ooh, look, 8, 8. Yeah, this has been the most emotional week ever. 8, 8. You know what, y'all? I'm loving your numbers right now. That's good. I love that you're feeling like yourself. And if you have not been feeling like yourself, if you're feeling kind of low energy and just kind of like not clicked in, hey, that's okay. You'll get there. You'll get there. It's also early. All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if what the Scorpio energy is bringing up for you is pretty traumatic, that is very draining. Very, very draining. Um, However, we finally made it to the other end of this eclipse season. And this weekend is going to be like the refining period of time for this. So this is going to be such a different experience for a lot of people because it really depends on what you've been up to, right? Like if you've really been in your shit and doing your work for a while, this might be a gentler passage. It might just be a few things that aren't so deep. They're a little more like they're already uprooted and just kind of ready to be boom, 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 right? But I've noticed for myself and for a lot of people, the big heavy lifting seems to be being done in dream world when you go to sleep at night. You know what I mean? So definitely pay attention to that. Lots of shadow work and revisiting old timelines, memories resurfacing to be cleared out. Exactly. Desert Living Mama says, I feel like I can't grab a thought or feeling and hold on to it for the last few weeks, this last week being the most intense. Yep. Um, Chaos. Chaos. We talked about chaos in workshop on Wednesday. Valerie, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. It's gonna be great, you guys. We got this. We're so good at it. We're so good at this. But it's so like Scorpio energy to just kind of I thought that it was totally fine. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god, this energy." And I was like, "I felt kind of great." Um I love it. Feels amazing. And last night it was like it rolled in on me around 6 o'clock and I was like, "Oh no, like I don't like how I feel. I don't like anyone. Everyone sucks. Everyone's annoying." I was like, "I just want to be alone in my house," and like that wasn't gonna happen. Right, Bailey? Look at him. He's been so cute. Lisa says, "Am I doomed because I can't remember my dreams?" No. People often go through periods of times where they don't remember their dreams at all. Um, you're not doomed. You're not doomed. I'm not a dream expert though, but it might have something to do with sleep. But oftentimes we go through periods of times where we don't remember dreams. So no one's doomed. No one is doomed. Okay. Right. And so just before we get into these cards, a few things. We're on the 5th today. It's going to be an interesting passage of time through this month because Mercury is still in retrograde until like the 13th or 14th, I believe. And this full moon energy is kind of catching a ride on the backwards tide. Do you see what I'm saying? Of that Mercury retrograde energy. So we're the Scorpio energy is probably going to linger a little longer than might be comfortable, and that's on purpose. So it kind of is what it is. Do your work. Don't run from it. Feel what is happening and be cognizant of it. And also remember, if you can be at any point in time an observer of your own life, that means you are in command. Okay? If you can, at any point in time, be an observer of something happening to you in your life, you're in command of energies. So just remember that. If you have the ability to self reflect, okay, you can self reflect. If you can also go through something and look back and say, oh, I see how I did this, I see how I did this, yada, yada, yada. You are in command of energy. It is not in command of you. Okay. So just remember that as we move through these next 10 days or so. It's time. Just like don't lock your knees and like don't hold on to things too tight, right? Don't hold on too tight. All right. So the other thing is I wasn't clear on my Instagram post about the whole podcasting. Coffee and Magic this way isn't going anywhere. Okay. It's not going anywhere. I love doing it this way. It's my favorite. So, um, where would I be if I couldn't see my own face in the morning, right? So the podcast is in addition to. So I would be recording this, the 2 Coffee and Magics each week. I'll be recording additionally and putting on to the podcast, and then adding little supplements that you can listen to in addition to the live broadcast. Okay, and if you want to get a jump on that, my podcast is already there. Some of you already know that. I took a real big break from podcasting. It's been like 2 years, but my podcast is all set up. It's on all platforms, and so really all I have to do is do it. So it's not like a whole big deal is what I'm saying that I have to do on my end because I've already done that. So if you want to go find it wherever you do your podcast stuff, it's the Normalized Magic podcast. And if you follow it, then once I start cranking out the episodes, you'll get notified. So I'm Spotify, iTunes. What else do people listen to podcasts on? Whatever. It's on all of them. So yeah, maybe I would have guests, honestly. I used to do that. But, for now, it's just another way to connect with you guys. And I know a lot of people really like podcasts. I don't listen to them. I'm not a podcast person, but I am really good at talking. So I feel I can do it. I mean, I have done it before, so I know I can. So no worries. Always something to chat about. But especially for those of you who are in the car a lot, right? All right. So let's get into it because I got stuff to do. I'm going to give you 3 things and we're going to get into the card pulls. Just take a sip of this. In honor of the Scorpio moon, we're going to do 3 different types of water. Okay? So if you're ready, let's do this. Hello, 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 hello. I'm going to give you 3 types of water. You choose the one that feels most aligned with you this morning, and then we'll go from there. So the first one is going to be a tsunami, obviously. Tsunami. Hold on, sorry. Looks like went somewhere. Okay, tsunami, a river, and this other one I have to look up to make sure it's real. Hold on. It's not. What the fuck? Oh, this is so random. Okay, so sorry. So you've got tsunami, and I was going to say river, but it's a specific river. It's the Orinoco River. We'll have to look that up. It's one of the longest rivers in South America. So fucking random. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so tsunami, Orinoco River, and then the third one is just ocean. It is an Enya song. Okay, so we've got tsunami, Orinoco River, or ocean. Those are your 3 water vibes. So pick whichever one feels best for you. And we can all listen to Enya when we're finished. That's a blast from the past. Do you remember back in the day when they were like, and it was like living in a fucking castle with her cats, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, she's so weird." Like, is she, or is she the queen boss? Tsunami, Orinoco River, ocean. Oh, listen. So I'm gonna be 40 this year, and I already booked my 40th birthday trip, and I'm going to the ocean too. And I'm going to float in that fucking ocean for 4 days straight. I'm not getting out. I'm only going to eat delicious fish things and fruit, and I'm going to pet every stray dog I can find. Lucky 1983. Yeah, everybody go listen to Orinoco Flow. Apparently there's a message in there. I'm not going to Dubai. No, that's really far for 40, Freddie. I'm just going to Mexico. Hi, Andrew. I'm just going to Mexico. Okay, anyway, are you just joining us? We're about to do this. It's going to be, your choices are tsunami, Orinoco River, or the ocean. I can't listen, when I'm planning trips, I'm literally like, what's the shortest plane ride I can possibly find in Dubai? Ain't it, right? Like, I'm like a baby on a plane, like a small person. I'm like, are we there yet? Are we done? I'm antsy. Get me out of here. And I don't do well with like drugging myself either because it makes me feel weirder. So we can't even do that, you know? My legs get all weird and I have to shove them under people's legs. Hopefully I know them. So there's that. Jacinta says hi, Freddie. All right. You ready? No, it's not. Oh, excuse me. Okay, this is your tsunami. Tell me when you're ready. You're choosing from tsunami, Orinoco River, or ocean, or you're just listening to all three, you know, or that, but whatever. Um, okay, you're ready. Ready? Everyone's ready. This is your tsunami message for today. Okay, you've got the mystery, protection, and the hawk. Let's see. So again, this is your tsunami. All right. So protection, the mystery, and the hawk. So interesting. Lots of cavey type of energy in this pull for you, for my tsunami people. It's kind of like you're in a period of time where you just can't be out there. Like maybe peopling has been extra difficult. It's almost like you're in a syncopated beat with the world around you a little bit, and like the less you're involved in it, the better it feels for right now. You've had to be really strong about your boundaries. People's energies just like, you know what I'm saying? And there's a reason for this. It's it's a very Scorpio vibe actually, because it's kind of taking you under so it can kind of spit you out. Okay. And when you come back out, you're going to feel a lot better. But until you are spit out, you won't feel better because it'll feel like you're in somebody's digestive tract. You know what I mean? So it's being eaten up by all the acids. Oof, I'm sorry. That's not what I want to say. Erase that. Redact. But anyway, it's you'll never forget it. Okay. But anyway, that's what's going on energetically. And it just feels like, oh, will I ever be able to interact with the peoples again? And here's what I will say to that. Sure, but never in the same way. Ah, why? Well, because it's hard now to care about things that you innately feel are stupid. Do you know what I mean? You've lost the ability to play that particular game of like pretending that things you don't care about are interesting, you know? And that's okay, you know? That's okay. So, what does that mean? It means in order to find fulfilling human connection, you're going to have to find a few different humans to connect with. And these humans are probably going to, not probably, these humans are going to have to be in the middle of doing their work too. And in some way, be able to connect with you and bring any type of added value to your life in order for you to value taking the time to connect with them. Do you see what I'm saying? And it might sound like, oh, great, I'm just going to be kind of a bitch now. It's like, are you though? Or are your boundaries precise and pristine and knowing exactly what they are doing? Because here's the thing, you're good. You kind of got into a place now where most of the time you really like yourself. And that's been a hard won battle, right? So if you can say at this point, like, yeah, I kind of like myself, you're ruining the matrix that you've built around you, truly, because the matrix we've all been living in really does rely on the fact that you have an internal hatred of self, that you always are trying to fix yourself, do better, be better. And if you drop that bag, that game is unplayable. Okay. And that's what's happening with you right now. You're dropping that bag, you kind of like yourself, and you don't have a whole lot of tolerance for dumb shit anymore. In addition, did you need the hawk today? Were you asking for a sign? If so, here's your hawk sign. This one just pops up sometimes, and that's all it is. Here's your hawk sign for the day for my hawk people. Okay, so that is tsunami. That's your tsunami. If you're just joining us, it's tsunami, Orinoco River, specific river, and ocean. So we've got Orinoco River next, and everybody's got to listen to Enya. Um, and then we've got ocean. Okay. How did that hit for my tsunami friends or anybody who's feeling that? Shutting my eyes. Did you guys notice I finally got my nails done? I feel so happy. It's been like 600 months. I went to my nail girl. I haven't seen her in so long, and she's like, "Oh my god, where have you been? Have you been busy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting a divorce. I moved, and you know, those are the two big things." And she was like, "Oh, all right. Here is Orinoco River." Oh, tell me when you're ready. All right. So this is the Orinoco River. We've got the Wealth card, Disruption, and the Owl. Well, aren't you specific? Okay. So Orinoco people. All right. Tell me if this is most of you, which is kind of how could this be everybody, but whatever. Um, Something happened that you weren't like something happened that interrupted you. Like you were in the middle of doing something and kind of in a flow or you thought so anyway, and like there's been a hiccup, maybe a delay, change of plans, somebody didn't show up, I don't know. But something has happened that is could possibly pivot you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And your immediate response to that is like, no, what the fuck, right? But this is saying that you could look at this a little bit differently because there was something misaligned that is being corrected right now. And it could be that somebody's intentions were not with your best interests at heart at all. Or maybe you read something wrong. Maybe something is happening for you, a change like inside of you that would kind of make whatever you were going for no longer for you. Do you know what I mean? Like things changed in some way, shape, or form. But you're being asked to really observe right now in as many directions as you possibly can. Okay. And again, remember I said at some point this morning um, that if you're able to observe yourself, you're in command of the energy. I would like to reiterate that the ability to have self reflection, to observe what is happening to you to a certain degree, it's a huge gift, and it shows that you are in command of energy. You are not the NPC. You are not the NPC. If you can observe what you're doing, right? Now, here's the kicker with this particular reading. The thing came in and interrupted you, but what does it do? It opens up a flow. Okay. And this makes me, I like, as I'm saying it, it like feels emotional because it's like one of those things where it's like, you would have never chosen to do this, but it just happened. And you were kind of like, oh no. And then all of a sudden, it's like, finally, things are moving. And the question you could ask yourself is when are you going to trust that you are in such a co creating partnership with the energies around you? When are you going to start to like just recognize that it's not a mistake if you keep fucking doing it, right? Like you have the ability to do this. Trust yourself. Trust what's happening. You are not being thrashed about by the energies. You're in command of them. And thus, if you are in command of the energies and you get interrupted, you've got to trust that that's needed, right? Because you're in partnership with these energies. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Okay, cool. So that's your Orinoco. That's your Orinoco. And we can listen to that Enya song. Because is that the one that's like, sail away, sail away, sail away? Is that that one? Off we go. Okay, so the last one is going to be your ocean. Yeah, I'm just like getting nonstop shiveries. Okay, ocean. Oh, and hey, workshop people, how did your orders work out for you? Did you lay in bed and do your orders like we said on Wednesday? And if so, I'm curious to know because no one's posted yet. But how was your Thursday? Did you get the feeling? I want to know. I want to know. Okay. You have been cruising a ton lately. Yes, Nicole says yes. Woohoo! Christine says the order came in. Yes, Amanda says the order came in. That Janelle got more than she ordered. Yay, guys! Hercules. I love it. So did that worked better than when we did the orders that way? We kind of backdoored it. Okay. Noted. Love it. Love it. All right, tell me when you're ready for ocean. If you're wondering what I'm bopping to, you know what it is. I'm gonna have Enya in my mind all day long. Okay. Truth, the cat, and is the bee. Okay, let's see what this story is. So there is a general theme happening today, which is this like vibe of clicking into alignment with you guys. And you're all kind of doing it in your own unique ways. And it's being explained in different ways. And this will be yet another way of explaining that journey of clicking into alignment. Um, think of it as if you're a pipe carrying water, right? But you've been pushed to the side like this, right? So all of this water is coming through, you know, but it's not going into the basin where you want it because it's just kind of off like this. Your alignment just straightens it out and allows it to flow right where you need it to go. And that alignment is you not lying to yourself anymore, not creating stories to make yourself more palatable to people with very simple tastes. Okay. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. Some of you have been simplifying yourself. And in the process of doing that, you lose your nuance, right? You lose the small bits and pieces and interesting textures that makes you unique. And of course, we live in a society that values homogenizing everything. So of course, you thought this would be the way to fit in and be happy. But you're not like everybody, right? It's the truth. And you're meant to be uniquely whoever you are. And this is the alignment you're coming back into, that you can actually just be you without dumbing yourself down, without making yourself plain and easy to digest for everybody. You don't want to be, and like, look, there's place and time for a saltine, right? But is that what you want to be? In the world of crackers, is the saltine the cracker that you want to be? You know, that's the cracker for people who have tummy troubles. You know, that's the cracker after you've been vomiting for 3 days and you just need something really bland and uninteresting that's not going to make you continue throwing up, you know? And there's so many different types of crackers out there, and some aren't for everybody, you know? Some crackers have little bits of fig in them and herbs. Yeah, again, saltines are good with butter. That's important to know, that there's nothing wrong with a saltine cracker and they are delicious, right? So like it's okay to be one. But I'm saying, is that what you want to be? Is that of interest to you? Because if it is, then that's fine. But if it isn't, maybe you should be the cracker you were always meant to be. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, so that's the truth part of this. Um, and then you have the cat and the bee. And so here's the thing, we're going to continue on with this metaphor because why not? Once you've decided, I'm just going to be the cracker I am, I'm so- I hope I don't get flagged. Once you've decided what type of cracker you're gonna be, you really need to protect those protect those boundaries. Can you imagine if this is the one? This is the one that does me in. Like, canceled. Oh god. But anyway, really own whatever cracker you've decided is who you are at this time. Okay? Whichever one it is, no judgment. But create that space and defend it. Okay? Be a cat about it. At the end of this journey of realigning with your snack of choice, this is the reward at the end of that. Okay, the bee comes through and is like, yay, we did it. It's kind of like that feeling of clicking into alignment and things starting to flow finally. You got this. So whoever you are, you just you just be you, and trust me, for every cracker out there, there is somebody who's like, "That's my favorite one," right? Like, we have Erin over here, and it's like, "Yeah, but saltines with butter." And then other people are like, "Oh my god, that's right, saltines with butter, delicious." And then we've got all these different kinds of Ritz varieties happening. I've heard nobody say anything about the water cracker, which is quite possibly one of the most perfect vehicles for stinky cheese. Like, come on, guys. There's so Triscuits. There's so many different kinds, okay? And more are being made every day. So don't you worry. You just be you just be you. You be the cracker you were always meant to be. And everything is going to feel better. Everything's going to flow. And you will be victorious. That's what the bee says. All right? You almost lost me for a second, but I reeled it back in, and I think we accomplished this message this morning. Oh, I can't wait to tell everybody who wasn't on the live what I said today on this live. Okay, so anyway, there you go. For those of you who are interested, you could still you could still join me for one-on-one sessions. You could still do that. May is more open than other months have previously been. So if you'd like to work one-on-one with us in some capacity, send me a DM. I'll send you the information. Otherwise, I will see you in a few days. It'll be Monday. I will likely have the podcast ready to go because, like I said, I'm just waiting for a device actually. So I'll probably just do that and then you can listen on the podcast later. But I hope I still see you here. Don't leave. But anyway, have a really, really good Friday. Be easy with yourself, right? It's Scorpio energy. So when I say this with all the love in my heart. Don't trust it. Not like that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh yeah, it's no problem. Don't say that because as soon as you say that, it'll be like, I'll show you a problem. So we respect Scorpio energy. We don't poke it. Okay? No poking. I love you guys. Thank you for being here this morning. See you Monday at 9 a.m. Happy full moon. We made it through eclipse season. Almost, almost. You did it. You did it. Okay. Bye. Ooh, Chris, thank you for doing that. And goodbye, Doc.